What's happening, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this afternoon. Listen, guys, hit the like button on the way in, okay? We've got a little bit of this to get into. We're not even going to be long because it doesn't take long to explain this. But as you guys know, Breaking the Culture is running around the sector, well, at least certain parts of the sector and the narrative spaces of the sector, trying to tell this narrative that she has tried to serve process to me through the courts for some stalking and harassment and all this other bullshit. Okay. So I jumped on Binary's panel yesterday and I went to request from her the case number, and everybody filibustered over that. You guys remember that from the video yesterday. Nobody wanted to give up the case number. Everybody was scared to give that up and all this other stuff. So I let them know that kindly we can go right to the courts in Delaware and actually look her up by name, right? Because if she is actually trying to file against me, then we could look it up by name. So we did that yesterday on live. We looked it up, and turns out there's no cases, no nothing that she has filed against me or anything, okay? Now, what we're going to do today is, after I got off of the panel yesterday with Binary and we continued with our show, Breaking the Culture came back up on the panel. It was like she was backstage, and then as soon as I dropped off, he pulled her right back on. And what she tried to do, guys, was explain away what this whole process serving means, okay? So I'm going to let you guys hear what she said, hear a little bit of what I said, and then hear what she said and what her excuse was and explanation was of this process serving that is allegedly happening with me, okay? And then we're going to go over what this all actually means in the state of Delaware and how this is done in the state of Delaware, okay? So let's go ahead and listen to what she has to say. Case number, because there is no case. Now, we're going to go ahead and prove that. We're going to go ahead and prove that. We're going to go ahead and prove that. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're gonna get this bitch tonight, okay?
Oh, all right. Well, we'll see. What is this about? This is weird.
I mean, wait a minute. Y'all was just like, oh my God. Woo.
I mean, we were just taking Brickens. We're taking Brickens word for it.
T-Pre going down, T-Pre going 5 to 10, right?
Nobody
because
said,
Breaking the Culture got a case against me, right? Like she said, there is a case out here right now for me, right? So we're going to
she said there's a restraining order.
She just there's a restraining order. That's even better, okay? Because that goes through the courts, okay? Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm going to prove something else to you guys, because Binary just said, she said there's a restraining order. Do you guys remember that, okay? There is no such thing as a restraining order in the state of Delaware. It's a thing called a protection from abuse, but there is no such thing as a restraining order in the state of Delaware. The protection from abuse goes through the Court of Common Pleas, or it goes through family court, and it's much easier to get it in family court because it would be a situation like that, okay? It is very difficult to get a protection from abuse in the state of Delaware. You have to prove that there is literally abuse that's going on, okay? Not just somebody's talking shit about you and you don't like them. There has to be abuse. And in Delaware, there is no self-defense law. So let's go ahead and keep moving. Yes, that goes to the Court of Common Pleas. Let's go ahead and look and see if Breaking the Culture has a court order against me. We're going to look into it. Yeah, it's funny how Rev G was, what's the importance of this? What's the importance? But you're over there claiming that there's a case against me. Right now that I'm proving you wrong, now you want to know what the importance of it is. Of course, okay.
Right. I want to see that, Rep G. I want to see it.
Yeah, because right now everybody's saying, like, there's these cases against me, and they looking for me.
I don't think she said there was.
They can't find me. She most definitely said that she has filed a case against me, and she is in the process of having me served. I know you guys remember that. Now we're going to listen to what her explanation is now that I've proven her wrong to the sector. Right. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and check now.
Did you move or no?
Now, mind you, nope, I haven't moved. Now, mind you,
okay.
I have given you the opportunity. I have given you the opportunity.
Right, you can't believe nothing I say. It's fine. You don't have to believe what I say. All you literally have to do is look it up, right? You don't have to believe what I say. You can look up her name in the system like we did, and her name is not coming up in Delaware systems. Now, we're going to talk about service process, but I want you guys to hear what this bitch is saying.
To get the case number. Y'all don't want to get the case number, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with my people. Hold on. Y'all from there if y'all want to, because everybody want to see what's going on with
Filibuster
the
G,
right?
okay.
Everybody want to know what's up.
Rev said no.
No? You sure?
No, I said yeah. I said sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I do.
Yes, he really said, what's the point?
Absolutely do.
After they were up there egging
this
this shit on, now what's the point? Because I'm showing the proof.
The Delaware courts, okay? So we're going to look under here right now under civil case search, okay?
All right.
So that's what this would fall under. Now, this is Access Court Connect. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Let me verify everybody can see what we're doing. Shout out to the
looks like
elders.
breaking is back.
Y'all for keeping the chat
I'm
under
gonna drop you
connect.
down while you got it going.
Okay. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, guys.
All right.
Now listen to break it.
All right, I'm back.
Lysol.
So this is how she liked to twist and turn narrative, because nobody said she had a case. I was clear that I'm trying to actively have her processed, right? So y'all know that you have to process somebody before something can be filed. You can't sue somebody until you can locate them. You can't file any type of charges against people. You can't get a restraining order on somebody until you actually serve them.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, you guys heard that, right? What she just said was, you can't sue somebody, you can't put a case against them unless you actively serve them. That is what she said. Now, let's go ahead and look at whether or not that is true or not, okay? We're going to look at Delaware law, and we're going to look at how to properly, what is process serve, okay? And then we'll go ahead and read the comments in just a moment. So bear with me just a moment. All right. And let me make sure you guys can see it. I think I have a banner up, so hold on. Okay, yeah, so let me go ahead and remove the banner. Bear with me one moment, guys. All right. Now let's go ahead and look over what does process servers do and what does process service mean, okay? So what does serve with process mean? Process describes the documents used to start a lawsuit. These include a summons to inform the defendant of the case against them and a complaint detailing the allegations of wrongdoing. Service of process upholds the constitutional right of citizens to the due notice of summons issued against them. So, people, by law, if somebody is bringing a lawsuit against me or bringing charges against me, I have the right to know, okay? And so, therefore, they have to serve me with due notice of the summons that is issued against me. That has not been done clearly, as we have seen in the court's systems, okay? So this whole bullshit that she just said about looking for somebody and attempting to find somebody's address, a process server does not do that. What they do is they deliver documents to you when a lawsuit has been filed, okay? So therefore, there has to be a case number already in place if she has filed a lawsuit in order for a person to come out and serve process to me. Do we understand? Now, let's go ahead and move on to, well, before I do, let me go ahead and, yeah, I want to look at process of locating someone to serve papers in Delaware, okay? Because again, you can't just say, oh, I'm looking for somebody. And so the courts are serving process on her to find her. That is not how that works, okay? So let's go ahead and look at how to serve legal papers in Delaware. And I'm clicking on that now, and I'm going to go to the tab. All right. Undisputed Legal is where we're at. And how to serve legal papers in Delaware. This article will provide guidance on how to serve legal papers in Delaware. To begin an action in Delaware, the clerk of court must immediately issue and deliver for Delaware Process Service the precipice to the sheriff or the county or counties named in it, or to a person specifically nominated by the court. Delaware Process Service may be issued only once the clerk of court has signed and sealed an application form with their official seal. Following a request by the plaintiff in the precipice, a separate or additional Delaware Process Service will be issued against the defendants. So there has to be a plaintiff and a defendant or plaintiffs or defendants, which would mean there would have to be a case filed already. There is no, oh, I got to look for you. The courts are going to find you. We're going to try to look for you. And then we're going to, file all this paperwork. That's not how that works. If you really wanted to look for somebody, and you couldn't find them, perhaps you could hire a private investigator to look for them, okay? Not the courts. The courts have nothing to do with finding the defendants, finding anybody for these cases, and Delaware court will most definitely tell you, we don't get involved in any of that stuff. If you need to find somebody or you can't find them, especially when it comes to like divorce or something like that, you got to put that in the paper, okay? You got to file that in the paper. You can't just say, oh, I can't find them. Can y'all find them for me? That's not how that works. You have to file that in the newspaper, or you have to find them yourself. That's just how that works. Okay? Now, just keep in mind, guys, this bitch already has an address for me. So if she really wanted to look for me, right, and really, really honestly wanted to have me served, she could send that paperwork to my aunt's address. It would not be a problem, and I would get it. You understand what I'm saying? And once I get it, I would go and do whatever I needed with it. But nothing has been served to me at that address or my address, okay? And no, you haven't even filed anything with the courts. And it's not because you can't find me. It's not because the courts are looking for me. It's because you don't have a case. That's why, okay? But we're going to keep going here just to verify that we know what we're talking about, and then I'll get into the comments. Writs. The proof required for the issuance of a mense writ of attachment will be satisfied by filing with the complaint an affidavit of the complainant or some credible person setting forth the facts required by the applicable statute. In addition to the facts required, the affidavit must also state the defendant's last known address or a statement that the address is unknown and cannot be ascertained even with due diligence, okay? So the courts will still continue on even if you can't find my address, if you wanted to file a case against me, okay? So, bitch, stop lying. It's funny how we can debunk your lies in real motherfucking time. And we're looking at Delaware law, okay? Information as to the property of each defendant sought to be seized should contain A, reasonable description, B, estimated amount and value, C, nature of the defendant's title or interest therein, and if such title or interest be equitable in nature, the name of the holder of the legal title. D, source of the affiance information about any of the items as to which the affidavit is made on information and belief. And E, a reason for the omission of any of the required statements. Bitch, I don't know who your lawyer is, right? That you're claiming that you've hired, but you need to fire that motherfucker, okay? Because they're giving you bad advice on how to process serve in the state of Delaware and how to get a lawsuit filed against somebody, okay? Yeah, there's no case. There's no restraining order. There's not even such a thing in the state of Delaware, okay? You cannot get a restraining order for anybody in the state of Delaware because there's no such thing. You can get what's called a protection from abuse. And again, you have to go through major shit to prove that shit, okay? This YouTube drama and talking about each other on YouTube is not going to get you a protection from abuse. I have to be literally whooping your ass every day in my house, kicking your ass. You are my spouse, and I'm beating your ass every day for me to get a protection from abuse against you. Or I got to be like living with you, we're roommates or something, and we're fighting and you're hitting me all the time and constantly going through that. That is how I can get a protection from abuse against you, okay? It is not we talking shit to each other and I called you a hoe a few times on YouTube and now you can run down to Delaware courts and get a protection from abuse. No, ma'am. You're going to have to prove to the court that I actually abused you in some kind of way, okay? And you haven't done that because you haven't filed, okay? I don't have to make this shit up. Like I said, it is what it is. It is very easy to debunk your lies, okay? And that's just the bottom line. I don't know why you think you can just say whatever you want to say and everybody's just going to believe whatever you say. But that's not how that works, honey, okay? You got to tell truth around here. You got to speak facts around here. You can't just make up stuff because that's the way you want it to be, okay? But we're going to go ahead and go through the comments real quick, and then I'm going to end the show. I just wanted to prove that real quick that, yes, you most definitely, hold on, guys. I wanted to prove that real quick that most definitely you cannot serve process. This process serve is exactly that. It is not that deep, and I don't know why this bitch thinks that people are stupid around here and nobody knows what's going on. My opinion says, hello, darlings. Pixie Long Dot, hey, I appreciate you. And Vici and Stephanie Collins, appreciate you as well. Vici says, filibuster G, okay? Stephanie Collins says, he says, what's the point? Did he really ask that? Yes, he did, child. Stephanie says, if there ain't no case, there ain't nothing to serve, period. Bottom line, there's no service of process if there's no case, if there's no case number. Okay, so all black people, all people out here, stop letting this stupid bitch over talk you and tell you a bunch of shit that's not true. Okay, no, there's none of that going on. Okay, what's up, Alan? I appreciate you being in the building. You said salute, Miss T. Pre. Keep putting your foot on that neck, and you know it. Vici says she lies so easily. God dang. Okay, it's just so easy. It just lies just roll off her tongue so fucking easily. Bullshit, okay? You said that is flat, bust down, lying, dead ass face first in the dirt wrong, okay? Just saying. Brixton looking, I appreciate you. Stephanie says, lawsuit happens first. Service happens second. Who is she trying to fool, okay? Like, I don't understand why she thinks none of us know any better than this. You said AAS is a legal expert and she ain't correcting this, okay? I don't know how. That's why Rev G hopped off the panel. He was like, I ain't even gonna entertain this bullshit. And Alan says, Stephanie Collins, AA Mess is an expert on being served. Okay, so she should absolutely know how this goes. The lawsuit comes first. The courts are not about to hop in the middle of nothing and go looking for somebody so you can file a lawsuit. What the fuck are you talking about? You can take a private investigator and have them look for somebody, but the courts are not doing that, okay? And it's going to cost you way more than $50 to do that, okay? Now, also, like I said, you have an address for me already, so it wouldn't be hard for you to use that same address. I would still get it. You can use that same address to have me served. It's not a problem. I promise you. I'm waiting. We'll be waiting for it. But yeah, that I could be served with that address. So we'll wait. You said, I like how binary code has temporary amnesia. Okay, Clark. He knew better than that, too. That's the funny part. That's why I be thinking binary be letting her just toss herself out the window sometime. And he just be like, well, girl, if it's right, then, I got your back. If it ain't, then, you on your own, bitch. Stephanie says, correct. You said nothing done here is abuse or stalking. Exactly. And you said, plus, you have a First Amendment right to do everything you've done. Exactly. I have the right to protect myself. I have the right to record everything that's been going on with this girl back and forth on her channel and on mine. I have the right to keep a record of all of that stuff. And I can do that. I'm not harassing her or doing any of that shit. I'm keeping record of everything this chick is doing. And nobody has served me a motherfucking thing. You said, Brixton says, is that why Rev Goofy kept telling her to get off the panel? He knew it was BS. Exactly. He knew it was lies. He knew that shit wasn't going to go through. You said, what did I miss, Miss T. Pre? Where's she talking crazy at? She was on Binary Code's panel yesterday trying to prove that she didn't have no case against me yet, but that the courts were trying to serve me. They were serving process on me. I'm like, how could you serve process on me and there's no case? There has to be a case. So yeah, what's the case number? Since you're telling everybody there's process being served on me, that obviously, like I showed you guys, the legal way to serve process and why they serve process, right? And the law concerning process serving and why that's done. When I showed you that, she doesn't have that. And that's because there is no case. And it's because ain't nobody doing shit to this bitch. We just putting that bitch in the dirt. We talking about what really shit is going on. And that's that. And she ain't got to like it. Okay. It just happens to be that I'm that bitch in this sector that's doing it. Everybody else in other sectors are doing it. She has said that she was going to do the same stuff to them. She was going to sue them. She was going to take them to court too. Ain't nothing happened yet, right? Yeah, ain't nothing going to happen now. And like I said, I just wanted to show you guys exactly how that works and what the process is, and that, this isn't that difficult to even actually see. Okay. So I really don't know why she thinks, any of this stuff would be something that I would just simply not do. You said your videos are no different than journalism. You are documenting, investigating, and commenting on a newsworthy story. Exactly. And then on top of that, this is the part they don't understand. And I think they don't understand about bloggers and about YouTubers, right? We have a variety of things that we talk about. If Monica from All About the Tea decided that she was in her bag about me, she would want to serve me too, okay? Because I done talked a bunch of shit about that bitch, and I've gotten tens of thousands of views on those videos. I'm talking 14,000 views, 15,000 views, 19,000 views on those videos. You understand what I'm trying to say? But Monica from All About the Tea has not lost her mind on what the fuck I'm saying. I done talked about Nosy Ho in good ways and in bad ways, okay? And gotten thousands of views on those videos. I done talked about Young Pharaoh, done got thousands of views on those videos. You understand what I'm saying? Bitch, you're no different than anybody else. We can talk about you. We can talk about Rev G. We can talk about AAS. It is not a crime to talk about y'all. It's not. I don't know what y'all think, how y'all think this is going to work, but we are commenting on your videos. We are doing this and documenting what is going on with you, and it is newsworthy, and everybody is interested in the story. And that's just what it is. And you ain't got to like that. You don't got to like that. So again, I don't know what legal recourse you have, but I'm not lying on you. If I was lying or making up this stuff, that would be a completely different story. Then yes, you would have legal recourse because I'm making up stuff. But I'm not making up shit, okay? All of this stuff is verifiable information. And that is the reason why you don't have a case in the courts, because there isn't one. There would literally be no reason for the court to take a case for you against me. And that is why. So you can keep telling these people these lies, okay? But you and I both know that is not true. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm actually out of here. I appreciate all of you for being in the building. You said we talk about them and they resort
to criminal activity. Story of the sector. Okay, it don't make no goddamn sense how scary and crazy these motherfuckers are. As soon as you tell them about theyself, they be really in a bag about some shit. Don't make no goddamn sense, guys. But anyway, I'm out of here. I do appreciate all of you for being in the building. Guys, make sure that you hit the like button on the way out. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I truly appreciate you guys. And peace, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. And hold on 1 second, guys. We're going to go ahead and end the show now. Peace, guys.
Thank you.